So I think we've talked a lot about substance use in the workplace. We've, touched on COVID a bit. So these days we're hearing a lot more about the importance of a psychologically healthy workplace. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I think that's absolutely fantastic, right? That's a great step in the right direction, and it's been good to watch the progress in these areas over the last 5 or 10 years. The stigmas have really been reduced. Some of the fears about talking and opening up about these things, and so it's been fantastic. And I think people are cluing on that, to have a safe, productive workplace, people have to be psychologically healthy, and it's in the employer's best interests to be plugged into that as well. What I would say is that I really hope that this positive progress really spills over to substance misuse, because I find oftentimes, we're kind of like the ugly duckling, get left behind, and people don't maybe think it's important enough, things like that, right? So it kind of gets glossed over or forgotten about. But like I say, I I think it's been great, psychologically safe workplace and the identification of that. But what I would say is that, any serious conversations about psychologically safe workplaces that don't include conversations or resources on substance use are not really serious discussions. So oftentimes things are intertwined and concurrent. When you think of the big impact and the suck on the economy from substance use and the negative impact on mental health, it's really hard just to treat half of a person,
Yeah.
rather than the full entity, right? So, um, but I think that good momentum, I'm hopeful that that good momentum will carry over, and that same type of growth will be felt in this area as well.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think, we need to have this more holistic view of what it means to be well, or what it means to be psychologically and physically healthy. And I think, as you said, substance use, addiction, substance dependency, that's all kind of part and parcel, and lots of time concurrent with mental health issues and things like that. So we need to have a holistic view.
Yeah, and maybe an example for the viewers too. A lot of times, we do SAP assessments on folks that have been off for mental health or struggling with a variety of mental health, panic attacks, can't get to work, anxiety, sleep issues, marriage issues. But after a SAP assessment, sometimes you get to some details about how the substances might be impacting that. And we've had lots of situations where once folks address that, magically a lot of these mental health things that people were struggling really dissipate and subside. So, that sounds kind of Hollywoodish, but I think that, those things are happening a lot more than people are thinking. So.
Absolutely. Well, I have found this very informative. I hope that the viewers have as well, that this has helped them to really, understand more what the SAP assessment is, what makes you so credentialed and great for providing this service, and why it might apply to them. Any final thoughts or anything you want to share with the viewers before we sign off?
Well, I wouldn't say this is about me, right? It's about the substance abuse professional and their discipline, right? So there are others
Absolutely.
out there, and there's tons of fantastic providers in this area. I would just say that the focus of the substance abuse professional and the function, how they work, I think provides a great pile of resources for the employer and for the employee that they might struggle to get elsewhere. So. Um, when we think about what might stop employers from moving forward in these areas, just thinking differently about these areas, being open to new ideas. Oftentimes, employers are still using traditional practices that quite clearly aren't cutting it anymore. Um, you know, as the world evolves, this area should evolve with it. There's, I think, lots of room for growth and opportunity. And I think the biggest thing that I can think of, is there's a huge cost in being reactive in these areas, not just financially, but personally. So anytime employers can be more proactive, more preventative, it's going to be better for everybody. We might cut into those, fatality and injury numbers significantly. And to me, I think there's value in that. So.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you, from Shift OHS and from our clientele, we really appreciate the work that you and To Be Sure have been doing on our behalf. Like I said, I've got great feedback about the quality of your assessments. Employers really appreciate, the depth of the information they get back from you, while obviously still keeping the employee's confidentiality in mind. And yeah, we look forward to continuing to work with you moving forward. I really appreciate your time today. It was awesome getting to know you a bit better and getting to learn more about your discipline. And yeah, thanks for chatting with us and with our viewers.
Well, likewise, thanks so much, and hope you can enjoy that nice weather in Red Deer there today.
Absolutely, will do.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks again to Scott for providing such insightful information about how to support troubled workers and how to keep a safe and healthy workplace. Please stay tuned for future installments of Perspectives of a Professional, where you can hear from industry experts about topics relating to fitness for duty and occupational health and safety. Thanks for watching.